The wellness industry, it's worth trillions of dollars. And right now, it's going through this massive, massive transformation. We're moving way beyond what we thought we knew into this incredible space that blends AI with ancient wisdom and neuroscience with good old-fashioned human connection. So let's explore what the future of being well really looks like. For the longest time, when you heard the word wellness, this is probably what popped into your head, right? Serene, simple, maybe a spa day or a yoga class. It was an industry built on this idea of tranquility and just getting away from it all. Well, get ready because that definition is absolutely exploding. The core ideas of what it even means to be healthy and well are being completely redefined, weaving together concepts you probably never ever associated with wellness before. I mean, seriously, get ready for a new reality. Wellness in 2025 is just as much about artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and advanced touchless tech as it is about getting a massage. The future is this wild blend of the organic and the engineered, our inner world and the world outside. Okay, so let's dive into the first huge trend, this deep, deep exploration into our own minds and our brain health. We're moving from just, managing stress to actively trying to understand and even upgrade our mental and emotional worlds. And this is super fascinating. It's a field called neuroaesthetics. And no, it's not just about what looks pretty. This is the actual science of how beauty, whether you see it in a painting or experience it in a park, literally activates the reward circuits in your brain. We're talking about the very same pathways that light up for things like food and love. And that connection between our mind and body, it goes way deeper than you might think. As Professor Laurent Misery points out here, our skin and our brain actually grow from the exact same tissue when we're embryos. That means your skin, which has something like 800,000 neurons, isn't just a covering. It's basically an extension of your brain. It makes the link between your mood and your skincare scientifically undeniable. And this whole journey inward, it's happening on all these different fronts. We're now finding direct links between certain bacteria in our gut and things like impulse control. We're rediscovering how something as simple as breath work can literally flip the switch on our nervous system, taking us from fight or flight to rest and digest. And yeah, we're seeing psychedelics move from the fringe right into the clinic, with the FDA overseeing late-stage trials for treating things like PTSD. Okay, so that's our inner world. But what about the outside world? How is that helping us? Well, the short answer is technology. We are in the middle of an absolute revolution in personalized health, and it's all being driven by AI. So you might be wondering, what's behind this huge tech explosion? Well, it comes down to a number, a really, really big number. According to the McKinsey Health Institute, brain health disorders cost the global economy $5 trillion every single year. Yeah, you heard that right. That's why this isn't just a health crisis anymore. People are calling it an economic emergency. And that kind of emergency is what's lighting a fire under all this innovation as we race to find solutions that can actually scale. And the results we're seeing already, they're just, wow. Take this. One study found that when AI helps read mammograms, they catch 29% more breast cancers than doctors alone. Another showed AI could analyze speech patterns and predict Alzheimer's with almost 80% accuracy. Get this, 6 years before a formal diagnosis. That's a game changer. So what does all this mean for you and me? It means tech is basically becoming our own personal wellness advisor. Your wearable tracks all of this complex data about your body. Then an AI coach, like Whoop Coach, which is powered by OpenAI, translates it all into simple advice you can actually use. You can literally ask it, hey, should I work out today? And it'll give you a personalized answer based on what your body is doing in that exact moment. All right, so we've got all this amazing tech making wellness super personal. But, and this is a big but, the next huge trend is kind of the opposite. It's a massive return to human connection, to community, and to finding support with each other. And you can see this playing out in a really interesting place, the whole cultural conversation around what it means to be a man today. On one hand, you have the manosphere, these online spaces that often push some pretty rigid ideas. But on the other hand, a really powerful, positive movement is growing. Groups like the Mankind Project are creating spaces for men to just talk, to be vulnerable, and to redefine what strength really looks like. And this idea of community, it's also hitting the workplace. We're finally starting to talk about something called the emotional tax. That's the invisible weight that people carry when they feel like they have to be on guard at work because of their race, gender, or orientation. So the new frontier of corporate wellness isn't just about gym discounts. It's about creating places that are psychologically safe, that lower that tax, so everyone can actually thrive. And this focus on supporting each other, it's now extending to the absolute toughest parts of life. We're seeing the rise of death doulas, people who help guide individuals and families through the end of life. We're seeing medical aid and dying laws expand, giving people more choice and agency. And for those who are left behind, things like grief retreats and group counseling are growing fast because we're finally realizing that healing from loss isn't something you do alone. So we're building these new human communities, right? Well, at the same time, we're also reconnecting with our oldest community of all, the natural world. Our final trend is this profound return to nature and to the kind of wisdom that's been around for centuries. Think about it. Your breath is your most basic, constant connection to the world. And this whole movement is about recognizing that our own health is completely tied up with the health of our planet, and that sometimes nature has the best solutions to our very modern problems. And this isn't just some vague idea, it's happening in really concrete ways. We're reviving indigenous knowledge in everything from how we approach childbirth to how we manage land. We're shifting to regenerative agriculture to literally heal our soil so it can grow more nutritious food. We're even using things like equine therapy to help older adults with balance and anxiety. And we're redesigning our cities with green spaces to literally help us all breathe a little easier. Okay, we've talked about the brain, about AI, about community, about nature. So what's the big takeaway here? What does it all add up to? At the end of the day, the future of wellness is holistic. It's about moving past this idea of just me and my self-care routine. It's about understanding that a healthy life isn't about me, it's about we. It's recognizing that our minds, our bodies, our tech, our communities, and our planet, they're all just parts of one big connected system. There's an African concept called Ubuntu that sums it up perfectly. I am because we are. So you can see it, right? All these trends are coming together, and they're completely rewriting the definition of what it means to live a healthy life. So the question this leaves us with is a pretty personal one. As the definition of wellness evolves, how will you evolve with it? Thanks for listening.